From this video, we are going to be starting this Django course in which I'll teach you what Django is from starting to the very end. In this course, we are going to be building a lot of websites, a lot of projects after we understand the basic concepts of Django. My sole aim and the biggest challenge with this course is gonna be teaching you guys Django from the very starting. I want to hold your hands and walk you through the basic concepts of Django, file structure and everything, why something is done the way it is in Django, and then from there we'll go towards building amazing project. I have taught more than 1 million students Django, and based on my experience, I'm starting this free course on YouTube. The best part about this course is that the videos, the cheat sheets, the source code and everything that we do inside this course is gonna be completely free of cost. The prerequisite of this course is your time. If you give me your time, I'm gonna be holding your hands and walking you through each and every concept that seemed complex to you. Guys, before we get started with this course, this is the first video of this course. I want you to like this video. Also, I want you to comment down that this Django course is helpful. If you write this in the comments below, I'll get the confidence that you guys are actually liking the videos and the videos that I'm going to post on Django. Now let's talk about what Django is and why do you want to use it. Let us say you want to build a website, facebook.com, which is going to be a social network. In order to build a social network, you'll have to build a lot of other stuff along with social network. For example, processing photos, applying machine learning to recommend a lot of stuff to people. So in order to get things done, you'll need a programming language. Let us say you want to use machine learning and you want to use Python for that. Now, since your website is in say PHP or it is in Ruby on Rails or some other backend framework, it will be difficult for you to directly plug in Python code in your website. But if you have your website coded in Python, then you can build the entire backend in Python. You can plug in a lot of things directly into the websites that are written in Python. And since Django is one of the modern frameworks, it's really very easy to use and it's really very powerful. So we'll see the power of Django in this video course. I don't want to dive deep into why I use Django and who created Django and history of Django. I want you to get started with Django as soon as possible. So what we'll do right now is we'll go inside the computer, install Django, which is a Python module. Django is simply a Python module and it is a very powerful Python framework. We'll see how to use it and we'll create our first Django website right in this video. So let's go to the computer screen and code our first website in Django. So guys, now I'm inside my computer, and before we get started, I want to request you once again, if you haven't already liked this video, please like it. That helps me a lot. Alright guys, so now I am inside my computer screen. As you guys can see, I have opened my Google Chrome browser and Google website. So what I'll do is I'll say VS Code install. Now you might be thinking what VS Code is if you are a beginner, but if you guys know what VS Code is or what a source code editor is, you can use any editor you want. I just don't want to emphasize on using VS Code as a source code editor, but if you are a beginner, then this is the most recommended source code editor for you. Now you might be thinking, why are we doing this? Why can't we code in Notepad or so? You cannot code in Notepad because you'll not get IntelliSense. You'll not get something like this in the suggestions. And I personally like Visual Studio Code because it is really very convenient. It's from Microsoft. It is open source. So in future, if I feel like I can contribute to the community and I can even help in the development of Visual Studio Code. So without wasting much of time, we'll install Visual Studio Code. As you can see that I have been shown this setup prompt, and there are some terms and conditions. You can read it if you want, and you can accept them, and then you can say next. Now is the important part. Listen to me very, very carefully. You got to be checking these 4 check boxes, and I'll tell you later why have we checked these boxes, but we are gonna be checking these for now because they'll help us save some time in the future. You'll get some sort of prompts when you right click. So if I right click here, I'm seeing this open with code. So all these things helps a lot. So what I'll do is I'll simply check all these 4. If you want to create a desktop icon, you can check this one as well. Next, install. and you can install Visual Studio Code. I already had this installed, but I'm installing it once again to show you guys. But again, if you don't have this installed, you can install it. It's taking some time because I think I already have it installed, and it's checking and getting confused. Hey man, you already have this installed, why are you doing it once again? But again, my computer is pretty fast, to be honest, so it should not take much of a time. So it is installing VS Code. Okay, so I'll say launch VS Code, or you can simply uncheck it and click finish. And since we are going to be opening Visual Studio Code with this folder as context, I'll say right click, open with code, and once I click this, my VS Code will open. As you guys can see that I have this Visual Studio Code open, and this VS Code has been opened taking this folder into account. So I'm inside this folder while I'm working on this workspace. So you can click terminal and new terminal, and what you get is a terminal opened inside the folder where you have opened VS Code. So this really gets so convenient that I really like it a lot. Now what you can do is, first off, you should be having Python installed in your system. If you don't have it installed, by the way, if you haven't watched my Python tutorial, I recommend you watching my Python tutorial, this one, and I've explained each and everything in this course. You can do this free course of mine. And if you haven't already checked out my channel, there is a one video of Python wherein I install and I make a lot of programs. I go through all the concepts and explain them. You can simply go to this video, watch it entirely, and you are a Python champion in almost an hour. So it's not that easy, you'll have to practice, to be honest, but again, you can quickly go through this video if you want to do a quick revision of Python. With that said, what I'll do is I'll say pip install Django. Now what is this? We want to install Django because we want to use it. Okay, so you need to install it. This is a Python module, as we have already discussed. Django is a Python module. Okay, so how Django works is you need to install it, and after that it gives you some command line utilities that you can use, and once you use those command line utilities, they do the work for you automatically. Now this might sound little bit complicated, but I'm gonna be making it easy for you. That's why I say that when you come to this channel and you start with any of my courses, it's my responsibility to teach you. It's my responsibility to make you understand what the concepts are. So as you can see that it has installed Django 3.0.6, and we can now use Django. Now you must be thinking, now what now? We have installed Django, we already had Python, we know Python, we installed Visual Studio Code, what else? Okay, so now we already have Django installed. What I'll do is I'll say Django docs. Now you must be thinking, why am I opening Django documentation? This is the place where you will always come after you have learned Django, and you will refer to the commands that you'll use. I really like this one tutorial part, and once you open this tutorial, you will find out how to create a project, because this is something that you might forget. I personally work on a lot of projects, a lot of programming languages, different type of organizations, and different types of different sort of works that people give me. And I have to teach, I have to do complicated projects, I have to switch languages in order to get my work done. I have to teach advanced topics. So it really gets difficult once you do a lot of work, a lot of programming across languages. It gets difficult for you to learn. But if you can learn the commands, good for you. But I never recommend anybody to learn the commands. You can always come back here and refer to this website. Now what I'll do is I'll start a project in Django. So far so good. We have installed Python, we have installed VS Code, we have installed Django. I hope everybody is on the same page. Now what I'll do is I'll paste this command. I'm saying Django admin start project, and I'll say pwh, and I'll say pwh because this is pwh programming with Harry tutorials. Okay, so I'm going to be using camel case. Camel case is when you start with a lowercase letter and any word you write after that you make it a caps. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll say Django admin start project pwh tutorials. Press enter, and we have this pwh tutorial folder automatically created. You must be thinking, what happened right there? When we installed Django, it gave us this command line utility which is called Django admin, and we can now use this Django admin start project PWH tutorials. Once we fire this command, it creates a project called PWH tutorials for us. Before I open this folder and you say what all are there inside this folder, you might get scared after looking at this folder, but believe me, most of the files inside these folders are really very simple to understand, very simple to maintain. You don't have to learn these files. For instance, if I open this settings file, you don't have to learn all this. All you have to understand is what this is doing, what static URL is doing, and not even all, believe me, you just have to understand quite a few of them. Now it is giving me a prompt that I don't have Python interpreter selected, so I'll select a Python interpreter by clicking here, and I am using Python 3.8.3. But again, if the version changes in the future, you can simply switch to Python 3.9 or 3.10, whatever comes up. That should not matter a lot. Okay. Now what I'll do is I will show you the folder that it created, and it created this PWH tutorials. So since it has created this folder, what I'll do is I'll enter this folder. Now you might think that why am I entering this folder? I'm entering this folder because I want to keep things simple for myself. This is the parent directory of my Django project, but I'm outside my parent directory. Try to understand this. I'm outside the Django project right now. So what I'll do is I'll close this VS Code window, and I have opened this PWH tutorials folder where the manage.py file is. This might sound a little bit confusing, but all I'm doing is I'm entering the folder where my project is. My Django project is inside PWH tutorials, so I'm entering this project. It should be simple so far. Just right click and click open with code. Once you do that, you have a folder which is PWH tutorials open inside VS Code. Now I want you to do nothing but fire a command. Just fire a command, python manage.py run server. You might ask me, what is Python? What is manage.py? What is server? Anyways, you should not ask me what is Python at this point. You can ask me what is manage.py. You can ask me what is run server. You might open this folder. You might open this file. You might ask me what django.co.asgi is, what manage.py is. But I want you to pause for a moment and just enter this command and press an enter key. Once again, I need to select my Python interpreter because it's asking for, I opened a new project, so I need to do this again. So python manage.py run server, press your enter key. That's about it. Don't worry about anything else. Just say python manage.py run server. Once you do this, it's saying that the server has been started. Which server has been started? Django ships with a development server, which you can use to do development, to do testing of your website before you go to production. We'll see how to go to production. We'll see what all steps we need to take before going to production. But for now, it has created a development server, and it has started that server at HTTP 127.0.0.1 8000. So you can press Control key on your keyboard. You can click, and once you Control click the link, you'll see this in your browser window. It says the install worked successfully. You have successfully installed Django. You can now go to our documentation, or you can follow this tutorial, or you can go to Django community. You can view the release notes. Now this is one of the most important steps that we completed. We started a development server without knowing what Django is, without knowing what we want to create, without even diving into stuff that the Django start project command created for us. So what I want from you at this point is pause for a moment, go to the Django website, or I'll do one thing, I'll put this command in the description. Just copy this command, fire this command in your browser window, and once you do that, sorry, not browser window, you need to put this command inside terminal, and once your Django project is created, you can enter that Django project using right click open with code, or you might as well open your Visual Studio Code, and you can go to file and open project, open folder. You can open any folder you want. So right clicking and saying open with code should not be the only way to open a Django project inside VS Code. There are many other ways you can use to open your folders inside of Visual Studio Code. One of them is you can right click, you can shift right click, sorry, if you are on Windows you can shift right click and click open partial window here. If you're using a Mac, you can simply right click a folder and select open terminal here, and after that what you have to do is you have to type code and dot. Once you do this, it will open Visual Studio Code, taking this folder into account. I repeat, taking this folder into account, your Visual Studio Code will be opened inside this folder. You want me to show you? See this. I just said code dot, and since this was already open, it once again opened it for me. If I close this and open it again, wait, I'll show you. I'll say code dot. Once I do that, you can see that my Visual Studio Code has been opened. So this is how you can open Visual Studio Code. I've shown you 3 ways. One of them was right click, open with code. The second way was file, open folder. The third way was open terminal anywhere and just type code dot. Your Visual Studio Code will be open, taking that folder into account. So I hope this is clear and we are moving into right direction. You guys have understood what Django is, how to install it, what are the prerequisites. Honestly speaking, the only prerequisite for this course is your time. I don't expect you to be a programming genius. I don't expect you to be a Python champion. I just want you to watch this video that I created on Python, because if you watch this 1-hour video, you'll be very ready to use Django, and all the Python concepts that we need further, I will definitely tell you as and when required. So what you can do at this point is you can access my Django tutorial playlist. You'll find it in the playlist section, and you can bookmark it and you can save it, and I'll be adding more and more videos in the future on Django. Guys, if you haven't already liked this video, I want you to like this video so that I get some confidence that you guys are liking the videos that I create. Thank you so much guys for watching this video, and I will see you next time.